Hey y'all, and welcome to Watch Cheryl Scrap for the first session for Digital Scrapbooking Day 2022. Today is Friday, September 30th, and I'm going to be scrapping these two little photos of our little Yorkie that we took last year. And I do believe that I'm going to try to use the instructions from the slow scrap that was right before this session that was in the chat room. So it did call for 2 photos, and so that's what I've started with. And let's see what I can do here.
Hi, Jennifer. She had some issues logging in, little Kiwi. Her phone decided to save space and unload the app. Don't you hate it when your phone's like, I know what's better for you, and you're like, no, you really
No, you don't. No, you don't. They always try to do that, especially when I'm like checking something on my phone at the TLP forum and I don't want to use Tapatalk. I don't. Just let me use my browser and be done with it. And every time it just tries to force feed that, and I'm like, no, I don't want it. Okay, so back on track, Cheryl. Squirrel. These are the instructions for the slow scrap. I'm supposed to start with a solid background paper. I can use 4 other papers of any size or shape. I can use 2 photos, or I'm supposed to use 2 photos, and I can add a frame or a stroke. Then I can add no more than 5 elements.
I am so looking forward to see you doing that.
And then number 5, though, says find word art to complement your layout. And it doesn't say how many pieces of word art you can have. So maybe this will be very word artery.
Very word art heavy.
Word artery. I don't know.
Word out. Add some painter stitching. Apparently they needed to be very specific.
Yes, find word art to complement your layout. Well, I might need several pieces. Okay.
Jennifer says Cheryl and only 5 elements?
I know. All right, so I'm going to opt for the stroke around the photos. And let's see.
Because your shadow styles make it so easy.
I'm going to make this one just a little bit smaller. Let's see. We'll kind of stagger these. I love her facial expression in the one on the left. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Why?
I adore it.
Why? And then
Sara
every time.
Gleason's here tonight too, and she says those photos are so darling.
Thanks, Sara. It's glad that you're here. It's glad. I'm glad that you're here. Blah, blah, blah. I can't talk tonight. Yeah, so every time we put the little headpiece on with the little antenna, she would always put her ears down, and she always looked like we were like beating her or something across the head. I didn't get great photos, but maybe we'll try again this year.
Like you're beating her.
Well, she does look at her the way she's got her head down.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see here.
Ophelia snuck in too while you were chatting.
Hey dear, how are you?
She says that stroke and white is her favorite in your shadow styles.
Okay, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go with the white or the dark black gray. So let's.
What you using?
I am using the Spooky Halloween by Kristin Aagard.
Ooh, spooky.
Spooky. So
I love Halloween. It's my favorite season.
I really like the texture on this paper, the little slight pinkish tint. I'm liking that.
Oh okay. No, Trish has no audio. Ophelia says she's doing good. She's enjoying her Friday and working with one of your Saturday templates.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, let's see. So I've got my solid paper, and I'm going to go with this white, but I may change my mind. Okay. Now,
My first inclination is always to start telling people how to troubleshoot, and I'm like, that's not going to help. If they can't hear you talk, they can't hear you
yeah.
troubleshoot them.
Okay, so
Oh, I like that
now,
texture.
isn't it nice?
That's cool. Yeah.
Nice. But you know what? I also, because there's like the grays in that, maybe a gray would be good. I kind of like that. I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm going to pop out and use, I think I'm going to use some papers from Becca's kit, the one that's called Spooky and Boo with the little cats and dogs. It's so cute.
Spooky and Boo.
Spooky and Boo. Isn't that
That's
cute?
adorable.
Look at that paper.
Yes.
Okay,
How did
so
I not see that? I need that. I
okay,
need a
so
little Spooky and Boo in my life. I love spooky season. It's so my favorite.
so right now I'm using the rectangular marquee tool, and I just have this pattern paper selected, and then I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut Control J, and it's just going to duplicate or actually make that quote cut unquote. So you'll see it's there in a separate layer, and then I'll turn that one off and you can see it's just, that's the size that I picked. And I'm going to add a layered paper. I want it to look a little bit bigger. And then let's see. Then there's a kit that is so cute called Lucy and Leo.
Yes.
It's so cute. It's
Yes,
so
it is on my list to scrapbook because it's adorable.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Let's
what?
see. Oh, because I'm like, oh no, I'm going to have to use these other papers. Okay. That's a fish. I was like trying to decide
There's little paw
what
prints.
was.
Those ones are cute.
Do, do, do.
I
What
like
is
it.
that? Oh, that says woof.
Ooh, Kim bought it a few minutes ago. She got the free with purchase collabs. Woo, woo.
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
Your girl
whoop.
needs a pet. You have a child. Just tell Nolan to dress up in a costume and you'll be
That's
good.
right.
All that's required.
Okay, let's do.
Buy him some little dog ears, and then you can buy all the pet kits and be like, look at my cute kid.
All right, I'm just going to do a strip of this paper that has the words on it using the same rectangular marquee tool and Control J. And then I'll add my.
Obviously, there's more to it, but we like to joke that the difference between a pet and a kid is the kid you can't leave unattended, but the pet you can. Because one of them you get in trouble for, and the other one it's fine.
The other one's fine.
Oh, good. Trish can hear us. The restart worked.
Okay, yeah, sometimes
Anybody
it's
else
just a
been
little.
shopping? Or are you waiting for those Saturday releases?
Okay. I'm gonna go back to Spooky and Boo. I think there was a darker paper, a little stripe.
Chrysalbra! She says, hi, old friends. I've been deep in school and work, but I'm excited to join this weekend when I can. Yay!
Who is that? I'm sorry.
Is your name Crystal? Like, I want to say that your name is actual Crystal. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Chrysalbra.
We haven't seen her in a while.
I know. It is Crystal. I was like, that's your real name, but I didn't know if Cheryl would recognize the username. So
Yeah.
it's nice to see you. It has been forever. What are you doing in school? If you've told me,
Aw,
I've totally forgot, and I'm sorry. Kim says she's going to shop again tomorrow. She did
yes.
Friday shopping. She's got her Saturday shopping planned.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. I need one more. One
Kim says pets
more.
don't talk back usually. I don't know about that.
I don't know. Mine was talking a minute ago before we turned the chat on. She she was like looking up at me, and I was like, "What?" She was like,
Yep.
I'm like, "Okay, thank you for sharing that. You can go now."
Betty Lou's waiting for Saturday releases. Oh, Crystal's doing a dual master's in nursing and an MBA. That is crazy. Kayla's like, wait, do I know you from Digi Night Out? It's always fun when you post a face with somebody. Pets don't roll their eyes at you.
No, they do not.
Yeah, my husband did his master's in nursing, and I'm glad he wasn't trying to do a dual one. And oh my gosh, you are like insanely awesome for trying that. That's amazing.
Let's see. Do I want the white, the black? I don't know. I kind of like the black.
Got that eye rolling. Apparently, her dog's eye roll at her a lot.
Okay, I can only use 5 elements. This is distressing. Distressing.
I know. That's why I was shocked. I was like, let's see how far she makes it. Jennifer's waiting to see what's coming. She's hoping to win something from Pick Your Prize. Sarah wants to know how you're going to choose.
Well, I really like this particular flower from Kristin's kit. I really like the curled edges on that, so I'm going to pick
It's
that one.
cute.
I'm going to go with what catches my fancy.
Ooh, that could be
So
everything.
there's one flower. Let's see if I can spread things out a little bit.
Spread them out, make them feel like they belong.
Yeah.
I like it. So I was telling Cheryl that we got some Amazon packages today because my son made the basketball team at his school. So he's super excited. So my husband, because it starts to get dark early now in the Midwest, went out and bought him LED lights for the basketball. So not to be outdone, his grandma bought him a lighted basketball so he can practice into the night. I'm like, wait, this child still has a bedtime.
Right.
But so I can hear them out there. So it's 9:20 at night, and they're out there playing basketball.
Okay, I'm going to use this little thread piece because it's so cute. I'm going to pull that down to the bottom.
But it was a reminder because I didn't know that these things exist. You can almost do anything with LED lights now.
Okay.
I think you need LED lights for Piper's photos next time. Just put a little string around her neck and make her light up.
I think we did that for Holly Bell, but I don't know. I'd have to. My photos, they're a mess. That's just. Okay, let's see. Maybe I should use a little paw. That would be cute. But I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I pull in my elements as smart objects. I choose that as an option. And so I can easily change the size without messing up quality.
I like it. Ooh, Susie wants LED lights for the outside of her black coat when walking after dark. Any ideas? Not really. We bought this little random lighted dog. I don't think it was originally sold as a dog collar, but we put it around the dog, and it's just this big circle thing. and it just lights up in different colors, so it's kind of fun. We put that on him when he walks after dark. But it wouldn't light up your whole coat. It would just be like around your neck or your waist. I think you should find one of those skeleton coats that they sell around Halloween time that has like the lit of the bones. And then you've got like your bones from the back lit up. That'd be cool. That yarn element is adorable. Sarah's going to add that kit to her cart based on that alone.
Such cute stuff. Okay, I'm going to add a label so I can add in my little identifying info. Okay, so that's 5 people. That is 5. But because I'm a cheater pumpkin eater, I am going to use a bunch of word art.
You can also add some paint.
Oh, they did say we could add paint?
I think that's the 6th step, if I recall correctly.
Oh, I missed the 6th one.
Word art complement, and 6 is add some paint or stitching.
Oh, yay. Because there was some paint.
Word art is everything. Jagrudi says it's not cheating. You can add as much word art as you want. Ooh, Erin found some on a sewing site that you can add to items. Ooh, the lights. Back to the LED lights, not to the kits. That's awesome. I like it. I think it's fun. Like, my husband's friend was visiting and was telling us about some of the things he's done with LED lights. And I'm like, ooh, a couple of LED lights could be dangerous in my hands. Like the strings of lights. I'm like, ooh. Might be a new fun thing to play with. Aw, possum.
And fabulous. And
so have you guys gotten any scrapping done so far? Any of the games played? Or just going to the chats? Paint and stitching always makes things happy. I agree, Jennifer. Susie's working on the logic game. It's a fun logic game. Sarah's still getting product wrapped up for tomorrow.
Yay!
Ooh, new pretty things. Kath is working on scrap lifting the person above. And Jagrudi played all the games. She had the day off. Her child was at school. Her husband was at work. Monica says maybe Monday she'll scrap. Oh, no. Ophelia's using as much paint as she can on the slow scrap. Janelle's working on her slow scrap. I think I'm going to have to after this. I just can't scrap and talk and chat at the same time.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
I can do 2 of the 3, but not 3. The logic is for younger people. Oh, Kath, give it a try. There's really good instructions that Justine gives you. I went through. I was one of her helpers to make sure it made sense, so I got that one. So are you in Vancouver, Washington, or Vancouver, Canada, Trish? I meant to ask you earlier, and then you were trying to fix stuff. Canada. Ooh, fun. Have some chocolate. That sounded so random, didn't it? I love Canadian chocolate. Sorry.
She has a thing for it.
I have a thing for it. So if you're in the right side of the country. Ooh, Rhonda had surgery and tore all 3 hamstrings from her pelvis. So she's scrapping on pain meds. Oh no.
Welcome to my world. Sorry.
Cheryl scraps on pain meds a lot.
Every day.
Ouch. Is it healing okay? Was your surgery super
Poor
recent?
thing.
Trish boards a ship on Monday and cruises back to Australia. Holy crap, that's awesome. Do you are you stopping along the way? Do you go past Hawaii? I'm like logistically thinking of the world, and I'm like, no, you wouldn't go through Panama. You'd have to go the other way.
I love that. Hey, boo.
29 days. Oh, that sounds so fun. Hawaii, Tahiti, South Pacific. Canadian chocolate is more like European chocolate, so they don't use as much wax as they do in American chocolate. So it just has like, in some ways it has like almost a slightly richer taste, but it has like, for me, is my opinion, it has like a better taste to it. Yeah, I'm like, how else do I describe that? It doesn't taste like, sometimes to me, American chocolate gets like a chalky type taste sometimes, and I don't have that same issue. But yeah, not as waxy is probably the best way to describe it. So, ooh. So Rhonda slipped on a plastic lid on a wood floor and did the splits. Ooh. 6 weeks with the
Oh,
brace and no weight on her leg. That is tough.
yeesh.
Oh man.
I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so very sorry.
Oh, that sounds so painful too. I'm sorry. I hope you heal fast and quick. Trish will test the chocolate. Jennifer says this is the first chatter event she's done this weekend. Yeah, time differences can make a difference. I get that.
I don't know. I'm thinking I'm liking that dark background better. Yeah, I think I am.
It
Yeah,
pops out her eyes and nose more
yeah, I agree.
because of the dark on dark, whereas the lighter one tends to catch the floor more. I agree with you. That's my analysis of your layout there, Cheryl. When I go
Your
to comment, I'm going to
analysis.
say the dark background really makes
It
my eyes pop out of the picture.
is.
Rhonda, you definitely need chocolate and lots of it. Absolutely. That's the best way to heal. Yes, Trish, test all the chocolate and tell us which one's your favorite.
All right. I think I have used every bit of word art that I feel like would
work.
Yeah. For this particular thing, anyway.
I like the hey boo. I just saw that.
Hey, boo. All right, so I'm going to save this. And then I'm going to do my little shadows. I'm going to go ahead and delete these other papers.
It sounds like a fabulous trip, Trish. You should enjoy all the chocolate and all the sights and everything.
All right,
And then
so
you can see
if
all your pictures.
Yes, if you have Photoshop Creative Cloud, which is what I am using, it is super quick and easy to separate shadow effects from your elements and papers. You just right click on the effects little icon at the far right of your layer in the layers panel. And down at the very bottom, it says create layer, and bam, there it is. And then I usually just click on it, I get the bounding box, and then I choose this little windshield, wiper, diamond ring, whatever you want to call it. And I think, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of pull it out a little bit like it's glued a little funny.
Glued a little funny. I love it. Cheryl and her glue stick, man. She never learned how to glue better than kindergarten.
I know. It's such a shame.
Oh,
And I think
goodness
I'm going to
gracious.
reduce that fill a little bit more. Oh, that's a little too dark of a shadow for me.
Cheryl is on a desktop
Yes.
using Photoshop Creative Cloud. And if you have any questions, especially those who haven't been here before, please ask. And
Yeah.
we relay it to Cheryl, and we have her show you things again or show you what she did.
So right now,
It's kind
I'm
of
just
learn and
doing that.
watch.
Yeah. So I've already separated these, the shadows from these two paper layers. And so I just make sure it's selected. It's got the bounding box around it, or transform controls is what they really are. And then I'm just gonna push and pull a little bit. And
Kim's asking you the age-old question that I don't know if we ever actually figured out.
what?
What the difference between fill and opacity is.
Okay, if you, I think when you change the fill, you can still have like an effect. I think we discussed this before. It's like you're changing the complete opacity of a layer, but if you're changing the fill of it, I'm not explaining this very well. Like for instance, if I had like a flower large shadow on that, and I reduced the fill of this piece of paper so it looks more like vellum, you can still see the attached drop shadow here. So it retains that. But if I am just going by the opacity and pulling it down, nope, that's not the difference either. Gosh, I don't remember.
Kayla says opacity will change the transparency of everything that is in the selected layer. Fill will change the transparency of whatever is filling the layer, but will ignore any effects that have been applied to it.
There you go. She said it better.
I have no idea. I just know that I use whichever one looks better.
Yeah.
And maybe someday I'll learn the difference and then I'll use the right one.
And then also, since I've been doing the little windshield wiper, I will also use the smudge tool. It's over on your left. Well, it depends on how yours is set up, but it's with the blur and sharpen tools. And then you can just, I use like a soft brush, and then I'll just kind of push in and pull. And that will often give you, a good effect.
And Bronwyn says opacity is the strength of color and fill adds color to the whole item. All the things I'm learning. And Ophelia says, thanks for sharing the shadow technique. She learned something new.
Yay.
And Kayla says, PSE 2022 finally has the warp function. She just wishes it had the easy separate shadow function.
Yeah.
See, if they give you too many, then people will just all leave CC and move straight over to PSE, and then they'll be like, what?
Did I not do enough papers?
You were allowed
2,
4
3,
extra pieces, I think.
4. Yeah, I've got enough. Okay. I was like, all of a sudden, I was like, wait, was I supposed to have 4 or 5?
4.
Like,
Only 4. I know. You're trying to add more. Add all the things that you can.
So, in spite of the limitations, I feel like I have still kind of hung with my style, which is more of a filled page look.
I would agree.
So it's not hurt my feelings too badly. All right, so I'm just gonna what I don't like about this create layer, which separates your effects from your papers and elements, is that you have to do it one at a time. Like I want to select them all and right click and have that be an option, but it isn't.
It's not.
And I'm like, that would be very beneficial if that was a thing.
Could you make it a shortcut? Like theoretically turn it into an action where you just push like click F2, click F2, click F2 or something?
Maybe
Not
so.
F2 because F2 is your save, but.
Okay, and then I'm going to do the string a little bit here.
I don't know that would save you a lot of time, but maybe it would.
I'd have to play around and see. Dee, 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 dee.
We have people from everywhere tonight.
That's absolutely fabulous.
That's what
All
I
right.
was thinking.
All right, I'm just going to use the smudge tool and then take care of some of these little word strips.
Make it look like you sucked at gluing the edges.
Yep.
I like it.
Poor Cheryl. She needs help.
She glues like kindergarteners.
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
Do, 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 do. Is that the goodest girl? Yes.
Renee says, do you have a repeat command?
I cannot answer that. I don't believe so.
I'm like, there's a redo command, but I don't know that there's a repeat. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Control Y, I think, is redo. I don't think it's repeat. Interesting thought.
Interesting.
Wrong program anyway. Nah, it's about the same. Just sometimes it's Control Shift. Sometimes it's not. Just depends. You know, if Control Z is undo, Control Y should be redo.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And Liz would like you to know if you can explain the smudge tool.
It's like pushing, like you could do it on a piece of paper like this if you're using the smudge tool, and it will actually smudge the effect. I don't know if y'all can see that there.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
I just kind of think of it as if you had wet paint and you smeared it. That's kind of what the smudge tool does, only slightly more controlled.
Yeah, so this, I'm just making it smudge the shadow. So here I'm going to be pushing it like kind of like finger painting. Yes, like that's what the tool looks like a finger paint. Smear and blend colors together. You can see the little.
For a second, I thought you were doing that, and I was like, that's really cool that you can do it on the toolbar. I'm okay. We're good.
We're good. We're good.
No, not everybody uses CC, CS, or PSE, but Cheryl was using it at the moment, so that's why I was like, well, if she has a repeat, that's where it would be.
Yeah.
No, we don't. So Renee, do you have one in your, because I know you don't use Adobe products, you use, is it Paint Shop Pro?
Yeah.
Like, I try and remember. It's a fun one to play with, Liz. You can smudge random things and give it interesting effects, especially with paint. Paint can be fun to kind of smear together.
Good gravy. I don't know if y'all heard that or not, but somebody decided to go down the road very loudly. Okay, now we have discussed this before in the past, but I am going to save this as work in progress number 2, and then I'm going to go in and do something very terrible. Because even if you're doing something for a challenge, you do not, why do you want to do that tonight? I don't know why you want to do that. Thank you.
In other words, your challenge page is done. But now for your own personal book, you're going to add to it and make it more what you want it to be in your book.
Yes.
Which is always allowed. Once you finish it for the challenge page and post that, you're always welcome to go in and change it up a little bit.
So.
Kim says she does that in January too. I tend to do that whenever they say I can't journal. I'm like,
Yeah.
if I can't journal, I'm like, nope. Unless I can do a cover page, because unless I've got a cover or title page for book, I need the journaling. So I'll be like, okay, here it is saved, and now here's it is with all the story on it. Yep, PageShop Pro has a repeat command, Control Y. Oh, see, you were right, Susie, Control Y. You just perform a command, move to the next layer, and it will repeat the last command. That's pretty cool.
Look at the little candies.
Oh,
They're
the
so
candies are cute.
cute.
The little C for candy. I like it. We should let Adobe know that we need a repeat command. We should. We should all get on that and be like, Adobe, where's your repeat command? And they'll be like, oh, it's right here. Didn't you know it existed? And we'll be like, oh, never mind.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for
Thanks.
sharing that.
That was quick and easy. Let's see.
Let's see, add some under the string, I
You
think.
can repeat your last movement. So if you were to drag and drop an object, your movement will be repeated as many times as you use that command. I don't know that that's what I wanted it to do.
Look at these stickers.
You can repeat in Illustrator.
These are so pretty.
Oh, those are pretty.
These are so very pretty. Hey, boo. Hey, boo. Hey, boo, 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 boo.
Huh. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So some Adobe programs have it, but it's not apparently in Photoshop.
For shame, for shame.
For shame.
Okay, let me see. I may want to add some.
And it actually is a feature request already.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. It comes up as a feature request in Adobe's forms already, so. All right, Sarah wants to know if you can do this. Go to Edit. Go to Step or Repeat. I don't see one. Do you? Yeah. I don't see one.
No.
Bummer. Yep.
Yeah.
Renee says you do have to be careful when you use it, because if delete was the last thing you did, then it will delete whatever layer you're working on.
And that's no fun.
Nope. And I've done that before too, deleted things, and I'm like, oh, wait, crap, undo, undo. Didn't mean to do that. Come back, come back. I like all the bling that you're adding.
Yes, she's very fancy.
Kim says Control Z is her friend. Control Z is awesome. Okay, so want to hear my proud mama story? My son was looking at some things on Amazon, and Amazon is infamous for having listings with all this Photoshopped stuff, right? Especially if it's something for pets. So he's looking through the pictures and he's like, Dad, that is so Photoshopped. Look, you can see it here and there's no shadows here and you can see this here. And so my husband goes, you've ruined our child. I've just taught him to notice what's Photoshopped.
He's completely ruined.
He's completely ruined.
Completely, I tell you.
Sarah wishes Control Z was a thing in all aspects of life. You know, there's a lot of things I could.
Yeah.
Control Z. Control Z.
Say.
I didn't mean to say that. Could we back up and I'll repeat better words?
Yes. No. Oh.
That's a cute pumpkin.
So cute pumpkin.
I like the pink pumpkin.
I think I'm going to move it over here.
It's cute. Monica says she needs it for her mouth.
Yeah, I
I
need
think
some
you should
help.
just walk around and saying, Control Z, let me try that again.
Okay, so I'm going to save that as the second one. But then I'm going to open up the first one. Oh, see, so different.
Kayla wants Photoshop to slim up a bit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like, do less? So much more Cheryl-like. Yes, the second one is definitely more Cheryl-like.
12. Character.
But super easy to just modify it a little bit. Oh, Kayla wants it to make her look skinnier. Kath wants it to use less resources. I love that the two of you took that in totally different ways. That's awesome.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, what?
Come on.
She can't talk and journal at the same time, so you guys gotta talk.
Okay. What was I being asked? What did I miss?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Kayla says she wants Photoshop to make her look skinnier, but Kath wants it to use less resources.
Well,
Kim uses her school account. Susie wants it to be cheaper. You know, cheaper would be nice. I do pay by the month,
right.
and I go back and forth on it a lot, but I use Lightroom so much that I am willing, at this point, I'm still willing to pay it. I do go back and forth though, and I'm still trying to find a good, if I can replace everything but Lightroom.
Right.
So, but I know in the US it's $10, which sounds like a lot, but I waste $10 on a lot more things in a month. So
Yes.
honestly, at this point, when we trim our budget down, that's one of the things that we do. I do get to keep right now.
Usually
I shouldn't put it that way. It's one of those things that my husband's okay with in their budget. I'm okay with in our budget. You know, some days you got to have things. He has some podcasts that he pays for, and I pay for Photoshop.
Speaking of podcasts, did anyone listen to Serial back in the day?
Yes.
And did you see that Adnan is out?
Yes. Did you see that it was the prosecutor who said, this case has a lot of holes?
Yeah. And you're like,
Yes, I did see that. I've been following along with it a little bit, and it's kind of crazy.
So I was like, what? Okay, so I am going to drag so I don't have to repeat. I'm just going to shift and drag that over there. And then,
yeah, Kim, I agree. And that's one of the reasons why I keep it is my outlet. So, and I'm more than happy to give up eating out to have Photoshop for the month. I got my priorities. I will make dinner again like an extra day if it means I can still have my Photoshop. Oh, yeah.
okay,
yes.
so that's fabulous. Yay for me. Yay for me.
It. I like it a lot. It's cute.
I like it a lot. Okay, that means I got a challenge done too. That's so exciting.
You
okay,
did.
Now, before we go,
you have to stop the recording.
Yes, but I have a few announcements to make.
Okay.
Let's see. The first one is that there is another Watch Cheryl Scrap Live, and it is tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Sure.
Is that right?
It is 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific time.
Okay. And then that will be the only one for this weekend, although I may do a random, I'm just going to scrap for a while. If you want to hang out, I may do that Sunday or Monday. It just will depend on some family things. And let's see, the other thing that you need to look out for is if you are not subscribed to my newsletter, make sure that you are, because I have an exclusive freebie and an exclusive coupon that actually, it won't work on the grab bags, but it will work on my entire store, including new releases. So make sure you're going through, let me go over to the forum so I can just share the screen of where you can go. I think it's in the welcome pad. No, it's not there. It's in the announcement pad. And, okay, come on.
I'll be back, even without you.
Okay, so if you haven't signed up for mine or other people, other designers, then make sure that you pop in here and do that, because I know several of us have different, you know, coupons and bundles and that kind of
Promotions.
thing. Yeah, for that. And then let's see, what's the other final thing? Oh yeah, okay. So usually we always have, it's not always, but most of the time our build your own collection coincides with our International Scrapbooking Day and Digital Scrapbooking Day, but it didn't happen that way this year. So it didn't happen in May, and it hasn't happened this. So we decided that we still liked having a separate release on Friday. So I do have new products today, and I will have new products tomorrow, including grab bags, and previous Digital Scrapbooking Day grab bags will be like $1.99. So I know that quite a few of the designers have some really cool grab bags that have, I was like, ooh, I think I need that. I think I need that. So just wanted to make sure that you are, you know, getting all the info. You don't miss out on anything.
Yeah, and Kayla said make sure you're signed up for the Lily Pad newsletter, because they do 3 $10 newsletter subscriber winners announced in Monday's newsletter.
Oh, yes, that is awesome. Okay, so now beyond that, did I miss any other questions or anything before I turn off the recording?
Nope. Crystal wants, her husband wants your puppy.
No.
Trish says she keeps threatening to learn Affinity on her iPad, maybe this cruise. I really do like Affinity. I do use that as a backup, and that's why I said if I could find a replacement for Lightroom, I would move to Affinity completely.
Yeah.
So I told them I use Affinity for the school newsletter that I do, because it works for me.
I have to admit that I have an iPad that I have not utilized, and I feel very guilty about it. But I got it for my 50th birthday, and then since then, the past 2 years. So that's my excuse for that. But I really want to check out that, and when I get to a point where I feel like I can share how to use those, then we'll consider doing some separate live sessions to, you know, for iPad users. And then let's see.
Okay, so your YouTube, you post the Watch Cheryl Scrap, and then you also post it in the DSD Party Pad, right?
Yes, yes. So when you go to the forums,
I got it.
you'll go to the. I'm just showing them.
No, you're showing and I feed them, and it works.
Yeah. Okay, so go to the DSD Party Pad, and then right up here, there's like a couple of posts that are sticky to the top, and I will update the first post with that info.
And if you saw that calling all scrappers, that's a guest Polly call.
Yes, let's look at that. That was the other thing. I forgot to mention that. Okay. All right. Yep. Deadline is October 7th. Let's see. They're looking for digital and hybrid layout artists, social media team,
There's a
blog
whole
team,
bunch.
community team. I mean, yay. I wish you all the best. Any and all of you. Just give it a whirl. You just never know. All right. Yes, all of my when you go to my channel, you on the home page, you'll see one that's called Watch Cheryl Scrap Live, and this will, you can see the latest ones. I do have to admit, September still has not been posted yet. I know. I've just been busy. Busy. I have like, what, 8 new products for tomorrow, and I had
Sweet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 today. So yeah, I'm tired. Oh, and the other thing, I have a new freebie that's coming out tomorrow. So make sure you watch out for that. I'll post it in the forum too, in the challenge pad under the designers.
Are you going to stop the recording?
Yeah, I will finally stop it. So long, farewell.